Hello, welcome to the Globeducate Olympic Games closing ceremony 2021. I'm talking to you here from sunny Portugal, Nobel International School Algarve, and I'm Abby Lewis, the Deputy Head of School. Thank you so much to all the schools who've participated. We've honestly been blown away by your sporting prowess. Thank you to all those who've made it possible. But we're going to kick off today by a speech from Daniel Jones, our Chief Education Officer.
Good afternoon. On behalf of everyone at Globeducate, I would like to thank Nobel International School Algarve for organising this year's Sports Olympics. As most of you will know, we normally host this event in one of our schools at the end of each academic year. The Sports Olympics for us is extremely important, and it encompasses much of what we believe in. Let me explain why. The modern Olympics have been in existence for 125 years and were founded on the ancient Greek Olympics from 3,000 years ago. During all this time, the three values of Olympism have remained the same. They are excellence, friendship, and respect. These three values constitute the foundation on which the Olympic movement builds its activities to promote sport, culture, and education, with a view to building a better world. The Olympic Foundation also talks about things that we talk about, such as the joy of effort, the pursuit of excellence, playing fair, the balance of body, will, and mind, and practicing respect. The same values that we hold so dearly and that form part of the Globeducate mission, which is to prepare each of our students to become global citizens who can shape the world. Now, of all of the events that we organise, the Sports Olympics was probably the most complex one to stage online this year. But Nobel has come up with a great creative alternative, online, the next best thing to staging the event itself. So, thank you, Nobel, and thank you also to all of the schools and the students who have participated this year. And you can be sure that our next live Sports Olympics, to be held in Portugal in June 22, will also be a fantastic celebration of the values of excellence, friendship, and respect. So hope to see you all in Portugal next year. Thank you.
And thank you so much, Daniel Jones. We too are thrilled to be welcoming you to the live Olympic Games in Portugal in 2022. Fingers crossed. But now in our virtual Olympic Games for this year, I had the pleasure of catching up with Mark Richardson, who's a silver medalist Olympian, and he's got some words for you.
Hello Mark, it's really lovely to have you here today. The students, teachers and parents are so pleased that you could talk to us today. To have a medal-winning Olympian with us at our Globeducate Olympics is really exciting. You're a role model to our young people. To compete in an Olympic Games, you have to be the best. And at Globeducate, we all inspire to be the best we can be. Can you share with our young people a little bit about your journey?
Yeah, I'd love to, and thank you so much for inviting me into such a special occasion. So yes, my name's Mark Richardson. I'm an Olympian, and I guess my journey started with connecting with the Olympics back in 1984. So around that time, I must have been about 10 or 11 years of age, and it was the Los Angeles Olympics. That was the Summer Games at that point in time, and I can remember at that moment that actually there was so much interest and curiosity. So my friends were talking about it, my parents' friends were talking about it, teachers were. There was just this frenzy of activity and interest around the Olympic movement. And actually, as I started to watch the event, it just really captured my imagination. I guess you could say it almost kind of lit a flame within me. So seeing all the great athletes from Team GB competing and doing their stuff and winning an Olympic medal. But there was one athlete in particular who really caught my attention. I'm talking about the great Carl Lewis, who went on to win 4 gold medals. And it was unprecedented in terms of the modern era of the Olympic Games. He won a gold in the 100 metres, the 200, the long jump and the sprint relay. And he just made it look so effortless. It was just poetry in motion. And I knew watching him achieve that magnificent accomplishment, I knew exactly what I wanted to be when I grew up. I knew that I wanted to be an Olympian. But more than that, I knew that I wanted to get onto the podium and receive that euphoric moment of receiving an Olympic medal for myself.
Thank you, Mark. You said that he made it look really effortless, and absolutely it's not effortless at all. Can you tell our students what it takes to compete in sport at such a high level?
Yeah, wow, difficult to try and encapsulate, really. There's a school of thought around you need 10,000 hours to attain mastery in anything. It could be any field. It could be the field of sport, in an academic subject, in terms of becoming a virtuoso with regards to playing an instrument. And I think that was about right, actually. So I won my Olympic medal at the Atlanta Games in 1996, and there was about 10 years, at least 10 years of me working tirelessly towards that goal. Tirelessly, it became an obsession. It was a real focus, a healthy focus, and I guess I had to take really purposeful action and strides towards accomplishing that. So some people talk about the sacrifices that they had to make, and I didn't. I made some positive choices. I knew the outcome goal that I was working towards, and I just committed to that path and did lots and lots and lots of training, probably about 10,000 hours, and I was able to come away with this Olympic silver medal, which is something that I'll treasure now for the remainder of my life. And it's amazing how other people connecting with it, how excited, enthused they become, and it's lovely to be able to share the story of my children now. So I've got 2 girls. They're 13 and 7, so it's created a bit of a legacy for the family.
That sounds amazing, and to have a silver medal is incredible. That alone, but what are the benefits, do you think, of high-level competitive sport? What do you think it's taught you?
Yeah, so I think the benefits of high-level sport, it's taught me so many great things. I think one of the first things it's taught me is the just how you can use goals, really meaningful goals, as a powerful ally to help you to progress and to achieve some really stellar accomplishments. So when you're able to kind of encapsulate and work out what is it that you're really passionate about, what is it that you're really wanting to go after as a higher order goal, and then actually to have that moment of self-examination and explore, well, for what reason is that important? So I guess for me, there was this mystique, this magic about the whole Olympic movement, but that was combined with the fact that my parents told me that I could be the first person of Anguillian descendancy to win an Olympic medal, which suddenly, became really meaningful. I'd be creating a legacy for my family in the island that my parents came from, a tiny Caribbean island, which only has 36 square miles in area size. And then I think most of the goals become almost effortless. You think about the outcome goal that you're striving towards. What are the performance targets that you need to have in place? And then you start thinking about investing the time and effort in terms of how. So what's almost all the mini activities that you need to put into place to help you with that? So it's helped me with that. It's helped me realize the connection between, I guess you could say, self-belief or self-esteem. So how do you work on that in an appropriate way? Because self-belief is the biggest predictor of high performance. And for me, I think there's really something very powerful in surrounding yourself with people who believe in you, who share your values, who will encourage you, give you some support, stretch you, and just be allies to you in whatever it is that you're striving for. So I learned that as well. I think there's something about tapping into a broader network, and not being afraid of failure. Because actually, if everything goes well for you all the way through, I'd suggest that the goals that you're shooting for aren't challenging enough. because at times you do need to miss them, to fail, to make mistakes, because from those moments you get such powerful learnings. If you reflect on it, if you reflect, take the time to absorb, process, try and work out what you could have done better, and then look to execute that next time round. So it's taught me so many wonderful things.
It has, and I really share your ideas about failure. It's so important to fail, and then pick yourself up and carry on. So lastly then, we've got thousands of young people listening to us today. What would you say to a young person thinking about starting a sport, or perhaps to encourage a young person to stick at a sport?
Yeah, if they're thinking about it, I'd say stop thinking and do it, but convert that to action. I think that look, I've made enduring friends through the sport, connections that will echo into the ages. So the kind of friendship and bonds that you make, and I'm not just talking about international athletes, I'm talking about club athletes. So just the level of camaraderie that you get. And there's something really powerful in working, operating, spending time with people who share the same kind of goals and aspirations and interests. So there's something really powerful in that. And of course, you'd be creating, I guess, the hallmarks for a high quality life. So fitness is so fundamental to our well-being. So giving yourself a good fitness base, getting into the habit of regular physical activity and routine, it's just great for you. It's great for your levels of self-esteem. It's good for your mood. It helps you to think better. It's just a wonderful thing to do. I guess for those people who are already involved in the sport, well, yeah, well done to you. You've made some great choices. And what I'd encourage people to do is start to invest time and just explore and think about what is it that they're really aiming for. And I don't mean the medal or the personal best or the performance target. I mean, what does the sport give you? In what way does it sustain you? In what way does it nurture you? And start to ask some soul searching questions like that. And actually, as a consequence of it, you might find that you need to do a redirect and perhaps do a different event or a different sport. But if you're able to connect to that really powerful personal why story, I think it's just going to give you the endurance, the fortitude, and the resilience to keep going no matter what life throws at you.
Well, Mark, thank you enormously for your wise words. Thank you for joining us today, and look after yourself. And perhaps next year when we're live, you could come to Portugal and share the experience with us here.
Oh, I'd love to. Listen, take the best of care and go well.
Thank you so much, Mark. Bye-bye. Thanks.
Okay.
It was a pleasure to catch up with Mark Richardson at his home in the UK. I hope you too got something from his wise words. At the beginning, I said we were blown away by the participation of our Globeducate family, and we really were. Over 20 schools participated, over 2,000 students, and I'd like to share some of that participation with you today. all so much for your participation, and thank you to the staff who made that possible, and especially to our staff here at Nobel Algarve. Without you, none of this would be possible. Next, we come to the bit that perhaps you've all been waiting for, the results. So over to Paulo and Joe.
Thank you, Mrs. Lewis. Okay, now we're ready for the results. The first category is the girls ages 8 and 9 years old. In bronze medal position with a score of 216 points is... In silver medal position with a score of 218 points is... And in gold position with a score of 239 points is... Okay, over to Paulo now for the boys.
Thank you, Joe. Now, moving to the boys' results, age 8 and 9 years old, we have in third place with the bronze medal with 231 points. In second place for the silver medal with 242 points. And in first place, the winner, the gold medal with 252 points.
Thank you, Paulo. Okay, next category is the girls ages 10 and 11 years old. In joint bronze medal position, we have a score of 255 points. In silver medal position, with a score of 258 points. And in gold position with a score of 266 points is... Okay, over to Paulo now for the boys.
Thank you, Joe. Now moving on to the boys 10 and 11 years old. Here are the results. In third place with the bronze medal, we have with 282 points. Second place with the silver medal, we have with 284 points. And the big winner, first place, gold medal with 290 points, we have.
Thank you, Paulo. Okay, for the final category, the oldest category, which is 12 and 13 year olds, for the girls in bronze medal position with a score of 297 points is... In silver medal position with a score of 298 points is... And in gold medal position with a top score of 302 points is... Okay, over to Paulo for the final results of the boys.
Thank you, Joe. And our boys 12 and 13 years old, the results are the following. In third place with the bronze medal with 310 points, we have... In second place with the silver medal with 320 points, we have... And in first place, gold medal with 332 points, we have... I would like to take this opportunity to thank all the schools for taking part in the first ever Globeducate Virtual Olympic Games. I would like to thank as well all the hard work from my colleagues in doing the activities with their pupils, putting all the results together, sending the results to us, and as well sending us the videos and the photos of all the activities. Thank you very much, everybody. I hope to see you again next year for the Olympic Games live here at the Algarve. Thank you very much.
I know you're hurting, I know it's rough, I know you've seen so many things that mess you up. I know I'm learning, I know I'm young, but when gonna hit the fan, I'll be the one. Oh, take care of you. Oh, take care of you. And I'll do the things that no one else will do. You run the things that no one else will do. Like, take care of you.
That was brilliant! Thank you so much for joining us at the Globeducate Olympic Games closing ceremony. We look forward to welcoming you live to Portugal next year. Until then, thank you. Obrigada!